So we're going to do a little way, sort of go through all the horse, which is some nice little techniques, and I'm going to show you, because he can get a little bit nervous, as you can see his face when we go around the head, and I've already finished the session, so he may just be like, you left, but obviously I'm here and you can see. And I'm going to show you a technique, so for, even though the diaphragm is here, this helps a horse breathe all the way through. He's like, oh God, too much. So normally I would start at the head, but I'm going to show you the opposite way as well. So we start just a little hand on masseter. So this jaw, my hand's exactly the same on the other side. And if you spread your fingers out up onto this facial crest and allow him to then drop his weight. So the palm of my hands are just sitting under here. I've got big hands, got long fingers. I'm going to do this quite quick because he's already had a session and his brain's a little bit fried now. And then we're going to come round here. And it doesn't matter if you don't know where the bones are. So we're going to come round and just let him find his space. And we're just going to get the base of the neck. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a little lift and a little tilt. He's not that keen on me working on the neck, but I just want to show you and then we'll bypass it quickly. So we're just going to ask a little lift and a little tilt. A little lift and a little tilt. Lift and a little tilt. And when I do, it's literally like that. And then when we come through here, we're going to go down to the centre of the neck, allow our hands just to sit softly here, come under the elbow and allow our hands to compress just a little bit. You can't see, you can see I've got no weight, and we only move when the tissue allows us to move. So as he softens, we start going in, you'll see my hands start, so we're sort of, eventually we're heading that way. Right up. A lot of people tend to go across. You want to be going up like that, right up behind that elbow, and you'll see as he softens, we can go further in. And then we come along, we go under the belly, in the middle of the belly, and meet our hands at top. So if, it doesn't know which leg to stand on. So if there was no horse there, our hands would meet like this. And we will take a big intake of breath. Only because when we let our shoulders drop, and that's the only weight that we have in our hands. And we're going to go all along. And then when we get to about here, I'm going to turn around and we're going to, because I just find it easier, and we're going to be concentrating on this area to see the change of the breath. Always make sure your horse is happy to do this. If not, if it doesn't like the belly being touched, we can just do this from up top and maybe put our hand here. And then we'll eventually end up in front of the sheath here, and one hand at the back of the saddle, on top of the back, in the lumbar area. And then we slide this hand down, so our palm is just on the edge of the rib. We come round, so our fingers are just here, we don't dig. And what we're going to do is take a big deep breath in again. And then when our hands go out, we're going to compress up together, so like that. And we're going to look that way and we're going to head towards that, because what I'm trying to do in my head is we're helping the diaphragm, but we're also helping the psoas deep in there. We can't really do it by palpation or anything, but just imagine that's what we're doing. So we're heading towards the hind end. He never knows which leg to go. So often horses that tend to be a little bit shy or hold their breath can get a little bit uncomfortable here, because we're sort of asking them to take them big deep breaths. So you might get these little short breaths. Before, that's fine. So I'm just getting some feeling. So we want to stay here for everything. I would be staying in each section for about a minute, 2 minutes. And then we turn our hand back here. And then we come back here. Run your hand down, and we're going to go onto that breathing bone. So I hook my fingers round, like this on the inside. Run the palm of my hand across the tubericium, the bone. And again, I give a little compression together. And if your horse is nervous, you can start here. You can come here. You can come here. And then you can come up the neck, because you can see now we've done all that. He's a lot happier for me to go with the neck, whereas before he wasn't. And we can work all the way up. And if you don't like the head being held, then don't do the masters. Start C3 down here.